Oh my God, guys, this is going to be the best show ever.
The best show ever.
The best show ever. That's right. Welcome to another exciting
Feel It Real Fun episode on our 4th of September.
That's right. Your questions
2020, your
answered
questions.
live.
That's right.
Because
we're going to do it right now.
The alternative
for you guys.
blows.
It does.
That's right. Ooh, let's put it there.
We've got 11 questions today.
And
they're all great,
there, except for one.
As 20 says.
And it's twice as great.
Cool.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you guys vote for which one's twice as great.
Which one's twice as great?
That's right, because Victoria's going to number them as she does them. So this will be good fun. Triple
D
Rose.
Question number one.
Question number one.
Blah,
right.
And then at the end, everyone goes, I vote for number 5.
That's
or
right.
8,
Exactly.
Or 3,
Triple D Iggy. Triple D
okay,
Joe.
Cool.
We missed some. I'm sorry. Sonia.
Right.
I love singing names.
Yes.
Yep.
Joe, we called you out last
Zuli,
night on the
Triple
watch
D.
party.
Boom.
Because there was Laurie's. Did he respond?
Well, he called us back. He said refund.
Called us.
So I don't know if you saw a horse is a horse is a horse, of course.
Yes,
Triple
that's
D
the one
dealio.
you need. Laurie's story.
That's
Or
right.
What Laurie's horse thinks.
Yes.
I think it is.
That's right. Boom. Angela
It
Triple D.
sounded
Yo.
just like you, Joe.
Yo. Kind of. Just like Shay. Yo.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All
So
right.
Rochelle, yo.
So go to freeneville.com.
Sizzle, yo. Yeah, 221 email is pseudo-random Lynn Marie. Yo,
Goodness.
Triple D.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. Triple D. Chris is here. Half a donut. Y'all know what that means.
Yes,
Boom.
we do. A cheap cup of coffee, one of those.
Yep.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Fun, guys. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Fun.
Cool.
How's that working
Excellent.
for you?
So
Fun.
it's a
Triple D.
contest for what's the best question,
Virginia's
apparently.
here.
There's
And
11
Jeanette.
questions coming up at
That's
the
right.
very end in your strawberry bit. You can say which bit was your favourite, which one was your favourite.
Yeah, which one was the one that you thought totally sucked? Triple D Cassidy. Welcome to the
I
show.
thought it was the one that was the best.
It doesn't really matter, does it? I just...
It does. It's quite different between the
D,
one that sucked and
Alice.
the one that was the best.
All right, so what are we voting for? Those who want to vote for the best, write the word best. We are the best, the very, very best.
And then the number. And
Yes.
those that want to vote for the ones that won
There are the rest.
sucked.
Yeah, there are the rest, the very, very
Oh,
rest.
we're not doing the sucked one.
No.
Okay. All right.
Right,
Just
all
the
right.
best and the rest.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right. So the first question. So this is question number 1.
By the way, Australians, we are really wuss jobs here because they modified Instagram so that you can't see how many likes are on a post because, oh my God, I don't have... Victoria's post is less likes than mine, so she's going to like slit her goddamn wrists or something.
Yes.
Right, over Instagram.
This is old news.
I know, but it's just like one of those
it
things.
really bugs you, doesn't
because
it?
if we do, this is the best,
Because you
and
want
this
to
is the one
see how
that's
many
sucked.
likes you got. That's why. I bet.
Well, I can see how many likes I liked, but I can't see how many. So you would have to sit down,
I
and then I'd have to
see.
actually physically make fun of you. Right? so it's like
In
anyway.
the real Caesar's world.
Yeah, in the real
Okay.
world, right? Anyway.
All right. So question number 1
That's
is
right.
from Joseph in Manifesting Mastery.
Yo, Joseph.
Struggling with seeing in my Feel It Real sessions.
All right.
So Joseph asks, hey, 20, I hope you and Victoria are doing well.
Absolutely fucking fine
Doing
and
great,
dandy.
Joseph. Thank you.
That's right.
I had a quick question. Did it go? Or
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently.
If I'm struggling with seeing a Feel It Real session vividly, how do I work on that? How do I experience my sessions more vividly? Also, looking forward to your Feel It Real Fun show. Do I view that on Facebook?
I love answering it here. This is where you watch it.
Yeah, we're on
This is where
Facebook
you
now.
Watch it. Right. Patrick, welcome
Yes.
to the Triple D. Boom. So,
So,
ready? This is really, really cool. Because if you can tell that I'm not your mother, that's all the vividly you need to see. Right? Because people all the time, they say, well, I can't see anything in imagination. I says,
well,
how do you
your
know?
hair's growing.
How do you know that I'm not your mother? Because memory is imagination. If you know I'm not mom, right, and by the way, if you think I'm mom, we did a crazy show, like what, 2-3 shows ago, something like that. Watch that one.
What was it called? What was it about?
The Cray Cray show.
Oh, the cray-cray. He loved the cray-cray
Yeah, that
show.
was good fun because I was Juan Carlos, the King of Coolio.
Oh,
if you
you
remember.
liked that.
That was good fun, right?
Okay.
So here's what's cool. Now here's what's really, really cool.
Yes.
You can play with things like, right, so you look at a Rubik's Cube and then you close your eyes and you remember what it looked like, right? So you could like do that kind of thing. But here's the really cool thing. Ready? When you look at a jar of peanut butter, right? Mm-hmm. What do you feel? Do you feel I can afford that? Do you feel I hope it's on special? That's where the real shift is, right? So it's not like I've got to imagine the SUV in my driveway. It's that I get to, right, see an SUV in my driveway and know that it's mine. Versus I see an SUV in the driveway and I feel like, fuck, they're going to repossess it. Right, I got to make the payment this month or else it's gone. Right? So if you know I'm not your mom, that's all you need. Of course, you can play with that to get more shades of green, you know, the whole Malvo thing. Somebody Google or type in Malvo, right? Malvo, shades of green, look it up, right? That's
I don't
important.
remember shades of green in
Oh,
Malvo.
you will, right?
Okay. I remember now.
That's
okay.
right.
Yes.
And besides that, the whole thing is like really notice how you see, right? How do you see a dog, right? See, when I talk about the puppies, I always call them puppies for a reason because some people are terrified of dogs. But I say, hey, come on down, hang out in the garden, you can see the puppies. They go, puppies? Right? They start seeing them as puppies, not as in the killer fucking crazy dogs.
See, for me, sight just doesn't come into play at all in my sessions. It's funny. Like if I sort
Oh,
of
sure
think
it does.
about...
No, I'm not your mother.
I know you're not my mother, but my mother doesn't come in my sessions.
Thank God. Okay, so here's what's cool. So she has to click the cottage door.
Exactly.
We've discussed this.
Yeah.
We've discussed this.
Yeah, and I don't... I sort of see my hand pulling the doorknob, but I don't see my hand. I don't see the doorknob. All I hear...
Yeah, she doesn't need that much.
What sounds was the click. Or like just then when you mentioned about the puppies, for me...
Puppies.
See, I always thought my strongest scent was scent for me. And yet
It's definitely way up there for you.
Yeah. And so as soon as you mention puppies, I can just imagine
Smell
burying my
them.
face in
Right.
Bruce's fur. It's just like... that smell, and that would be my session. So it's really nothing
How
to
do you
with-
experience the tones of reality? What's the whatever gates you're playing with? Just notice like the whole thing of like, see if I say the word dogs, y'all see dogs probably at least, or you have some experience. But if I say dogs,
run,
right? Yeah, you get it. Completely different imaginal experience.
It's a
But we changed it with the modality of hearing. Got it? So it's like, hey, you got enough money? Versus, hey, you got enough money? Versus, yeah, you got enough money. Yeah, just those little things. So play there, right? You don't necessarily have to see more vividly, though. That can be fun, right? But just all you really need to know is the difference between me and your mother. Or here's the other exercise I like tossing out. Do you know where the fucking milk is?
Yeah, you often play that one in
Right.
the supermarket.
Yeah. Or the fridge. Or,
Yes.
or in the cup. I mean, you pour the milk in the cup and you close your eyes. Most people can reach forward and grab the milk and chug it. Yeah. Boom. So that's all you need. That's all you need. Just go play.
Yeah.
All right. Click the
And
door.
while we're on it, the gate videos.
Oh, we're still in it?
We're about to end it. And it was question number 1 for the listening audience.
You see, I
just
don't
so you know.
I don't have to see anything to get irritated.
But check out the gate videos, Joseph, up
Totally.
on YouTube. Yeah, they're ace for the different senses and how you can play with them.
Totally.
Cool.
Now watch out, all weaves in.
All right, so that was from Joseph. Question number 1.
Joseph, thank you.
Listening audience, in case you want to vote for
Yeah.
Joseph.
He's also the watching audience.
And the watching
Yeah,
audience.
he's both the listening and the watching audience.
Is he here?
Don't know. Not right now.
'Cause
Because we answered his
is
question
he
here on
vote
how to
for
get here.
him? All right.
Right. So
All right,
that was
cool.
fun.
Thank you, Joseph.
Right. Boom. Q. Welcome to the show.
The next question's from... So the second question, number 2,
Number
is
2.
from Leon in Manifesting Mastery. $1 Million Manifesting.
Boom, everyone said.
Hi guys, wishing you peace and joy. I am 66 years old and will soon retire after 43 years of public service.
Good on you.
Wow.
I couldn't put up with the public for 43 years. 43 minutes is about my attention span on the public. Anyway, back
At
to
this
Victoria.
stage, at this stage, The example for day 13, this will be in Manifesting Mastery,
Course.com.
where one wants to manifest $1 million rather than make $1 million, really resonates with me. I think it's because making $1 million implies work, and I'd rather enjoy a healthy, prosperous retirement rather than having to work for that prosperity and abundance. I'm getting tired just thinking about it. Laugh out loud. What am I not understanding?
Cool. Skip the whole $1 million thing. So you don't need $1 million to enjoy your retirement. You just have to enjoy your retirement without imagining that you're struggling to get by. Right? Because you're going to do something all day. I don't suggest imagining being the greeter at Walmart, even though I think that'd be a lovely job. I mean, if I had to get a job, that's what I'd do. Like 4 hours a day, greet people at Walmart. Welcome, Joe Weldon. Put your mask on. Welcome, Q. Put your mask on. So on and so forth. Oh, my dog's eating my dog.
They are.
Cool. So, yeah, the whole thing is really just notice what do you. So I get your real wish is retirement. But again, that's a pretty flat, horizontal, concept-y thing. Your real wish is about your day. I get you don't want to work anymore. Cool. Fill your day full of you. And just notice, whatever will happen for the money, will happen for the money. I mean, you may find yourself wanting to be the greeter at Walmart. You may hit the lottery. You may have the old shagging buddy. Maybe you got an old shagging buddy.
Friends with benefits.
Right? You got, that gives you, the thing you do.
The thing you do.
Yeah, trust fund. So
Trust fund.
Trust fund. Yeah, I trust fund.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that lady.
Yeah, the shagging buddy one.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
Excellent.
yeah, that's what I'll toss out. The whole thing with that. Again, note anytime there's an either or kind of thing, that's always the head, and there's almost always quote unquote negative imagining. Thinking about what you don't want versus what do you want? You want to enjoy your day, right? So instead of how much money do I need to have happiness? Happiness. Anyway, Sizzle's here. Welcome to the show. He's been here, but just point things out.
Okay.
Let's keep
That's
going.
good.
Wait till we.
So that was question number 2 from Leon.
Yep.
Thank you for your question.
Cool. By the way, what I notice is people always hold their breath whenever they get into middles. I don't want to work. I'd like to hit the lottery. Versus like, right, what do you want? You want your fucking day. You want your day. There's a reason why we dove into the dream-driven day thing. And why that's become like probably one of our most popular courses for the people that squeeze into it.
Yeah.
So.
Squeeze into it. Oh, yeah, well, it is actually.
It
Squeeze.
Is. Yeah. It's a third booked already. I mean, like sold.
Yeah.
I mean, like bought. I mean,
Yeah.
like full. I haven't even emailed out the list yet. So, anyway.
Cool.
All right, Victoria.
Okay.
Let us continue.
Thank you, Leon.
All right. Boom.
The third question, number 3, is from Sandra in Manifesting Mastery.
Sandra.
Sorry. I
Sorry,
am
Sandra.
judgmental.
She's always fucking
Hi,
up like
20.
this. It's just the way she is.
I noticed that
She's not a people sorter like me. You know what I mean?
not.
No, I don't script people's names all the time.
I don't mean to. Sorry.
You
Right.
just want to speak it, get it out. She's an activity sorter. I mean, like she just wants to get the activity done. Right? What are you doing after the show? An activity. You're going to pick up some shit. What is the shit for? To do an activity with.
In the garden.
That's what you do, right?
Okay.
All right. What was the guy's name you talked to this morning?
I don't remember.
See, I do, because I'm a people sorter.
I know on the first one
Right?
it was Paige, but I couldn't catch his name when I rang.
So, like, whenever I manifest a Tinder, you really explore people. She tends to really explore click of the cottage door, an activity. Got it? So it's her hand click of the cottage door, right? The click experience. So, continue, Victoria.
Okay.
Oh, good Lord.
Sandra asks, I noticed
Very
that
good.
Thank you.
Okay.
I noticed that I judge people. I'm pretty good at... I do that sometimes too.
I'm not judging anyone.
I'm pretty good at noticing what's really going on with someone. I think it's okay to notice, but sometimes I think I'm being harsh when I call it like I see it. I don't necessarily say it to someone's face, but I come up with an assessment that is usually spot on. And I'm usually the only one, or one of few, who sees it. If it rubs me the wrong way, it turns into judgment and condemnation.
We all know people sorting is the best sort. Activity sorting is pretty good. I mean, it's right up there. I mean,
It's fun.
my second, well, it can be. It can be torturous. Like,
It can.
all right.
Okay,
All right.
I keep going.
Fine.
That can't be the right way to go about things. Sometimes I feel like pushing people away, and it turns into a situation where everyone loves this person and I can't stop judging and wanting nothing to do with them. Wondering what I can imagine to be observant and discerning, but not judgmental. I don't want imagined enemies. There are some people that just plain annoy me. Do I revise so I'm not annoyed by them?
Cool. Definitely. Right? Now, here's what I like when people say, well, the only reason they're annoying you is that that's a part of you that is pushed out, that you're annoyed. And it's just like, fuck, man. Like, you people that, like, have all this endless fucking data just, like, annoy me. Right? So, anyway, by the way, notice I'm demonstrating a whole bunch of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning, right before she even started speaking a whole bunch. I'm nailing her on saying Sandra versus Sandra.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Hold that for 1 sec just so I can get my leg out.
God's sake.
It's like,
And then I'm bringing up one of the
Bruce.
ways which I explore making useful distinctions about people. How do they sort their universe? How much past, present, or future gets into their lives? Are they more visual, auditory, or kinesthetic? I mean, all those cool little NLP things that I use to notice how rich do they let their experience be. Now, the thing is, right, Victoria is primarily an activity sorter. If I say, hey, give me an update, she'll tell me about what she did, what she's doing, what she's done, right? And she'll say, cool. How was
What
the
about
dog?
you?
Yeah, how was the dog park? Oh, Cube got there, and there are these two guys, right? And then the girl and and the guy.
To be fair, I do ask, like, how was Cube? Did you see?
Oh, you do? Yeah, you put it in my language. See, I'm honoring her activity sort right there. But also, so her primary sort is activity. The one that's almost up there with it is people. My primary one is people. My secondary one's activity. Don't ask, right? We can explore this on some calls we have. We will some more. But the thing is, whenever you're making useful distinctions, it's fun, right? But as soon as I start going, well, us people sorters, we're the goddamn best. They're the very, very best. Right? I don't even want to be around them. Fuck. Goddamn data sorters like Gaza. Fuck, man. Small fucking doses. Him and Pillberry. That's why they don't show up on the show much. Right? It's like I can only handle just this fucking much. Homeopathic Pillberry or homeopathic Gaza.
Homeopathic.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? Just one fucking drop.
Yes.
Right?
One
Got it?
small drop. Was that what it, Laurel?
Yeah, just one drop.
Just one drop. That
Yep.
was it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? If you note, and it all comes down to just noticing what it is. People sorting is a state. Activity sorting is a state. They're just ways in which you explore, you experience your day, your world, yourself. Right? If now when you make one the way to go, like suddenly, if she really gets stuck in activity sorting and she gets nothing done in any particular day, she would go nuts. But she's gotten more flexible and she doesn't judge herself entirely by the activity sorting, just a little bit, right? So always remember, these are states that people fall into. Whatever distinctions you can make about them, whatever judgments you can make, a distinction becomes a judgment whenever we decide that's the way they are. Oh, it's Q.
A distinction becomes a judgment once we can say that's how they are.
That's how they are. It's not a state that they're in. See,
Not you.
It's Q. Fuck. You get it? If I go, oh, it's Q, Q's like this. Oh, thank God. Versus, right? Oh, it's Q. Cool. And I notice, there's dark mockery, right? So, but that's the fun thing, guys, because just realizing, oh my God, this is how Q is. How cool. He's different than me in this way. Oh my God, I can steal that. And then the fun begins because you can steal states, right? It is Q. That's right. It is Q. Move in the room, right? So that's the whole thing. Always remember, anyone can slip into any state at any time. Some people decide, this is the way I am, so I stay here. Sometimes we go, yep, that's the way you are. I'll make sure you stay there. And then weird things get weird. And on the other side of the coin, the whole thing of, if somebody annoys you, of course revise. Imagine lovingly for them. But, right, here's the caveat. Ready? There are just some people you're probably not going to get along with or want to hang out with. Can we play a game called That's Okay?
Yeah.
Right? Why the fuck not? I mean, like when the heroin deal, when the heroin user wants my television for their resale value, right? Twice in the body, once in the head makes the heroin guy dead,
Yeah.
right? Not a fan, right?
Yep.
But will I imagine lovingly for him? Sure, right? So, and again, the whole thing, the guy that gets stuck in being a heroin addict or whatever, right? You imagine lovingly for him, because anyone can fall into any state. We've all watched that, especially with this loogie. God, they've made up this new thing called not isolation. What do we lockdown fatigue,
All right.
right? And you can watch people start going a little bit batshit
Loopy,
crazy, right?
yeah.
And it's like, right, I'm not going to listen to your shit, but I love you, right? So let us continue, Victoria.
Okay, excellent.
That was fun.
So thank you,
Now, if Sandra has like anything more than a brick in her head, she will have gotten gold out of it.
Hope you got gold, Sandra. That was ace.
Wasn't that fun? That was
Yes.
cool. Triple D Rose is here too. How cool is that?
Okay.
Boom. That's right.
Right. So the fourth question, number 4, is from Alexandra in Dream Driven Day. How to stop time.
If I could turn
Dear
back
20.
time, if I could find a way.
So, dear 20, I'd like to explore this. And now she's got a quote.
My shoes have about as much plastic in them as Cher does. I'm not judging her, right? I'm just saying. I mean, Cher's hot, but a lot of the hot's plastic. So,
Right. So, Alexandra's quote is, "The laws of nature are only free action, repeated until they become accepted as a law. Yet you will see leaves in midair not falling, and people moving in space will cease to move but will not fall. For as you stopped the action within yourself, the whole thing stopped."
this is a really real experience. So way back in the old days, I used to believe in this thing called time distortion, where you could distort your perception of time. As time went on, and I just kept playing with consciousness as the only reality, I started having lots of experiences where, like, everything around me would stop, or just certain segments would stop. My buddy Perry Culver and I were fighting one day, and I was playing with my experience of time, and suddenly I was able to just totally trash him just for fun. And it was just great fun because it was like I was moving at what I perceived at extremely slow speed, and he was just fucked, right? So I mention all this because what you get to do is you keep exploring this, and you buy the pearl, and you buy the pearl more, because once you buy the pearl, it's not like you've bought it and you're fucking done. You can sell it at any time, and you can also buy it more, because whenever I give life to time. And I'm not talking about let's get all metaphysical and dumb shit. I'm talking about realizing you give life to time, right? And you give life to everything. And so, go play. I think the biggest thing with this, instead of making this a how-to, it's how do you do it? You get to explore it. Because at the end of the day, we all know people that tell the same story. You wouldn't believe, it's like, really? You got 2 fucking things done, right? You didn't have a frantic fucking day, right? And we all know people that actually do have frantic days, and they still feel that way. It's just your experience of time and the amount of time that you have, it's entirely up to you. I will give you one way to play with this. Play with divorcing time from dollars. In all seriousness, this is not just a conceptual thing. If you doubled your time and you worked half the time, or if you doubled your money and you worked half the time, or if you doubled your time and you worked for half the money, I mean, a lot of people do that, right? I mean, they'll work the same shit job for years, and they'll be making $7 an hour in 1989, get a 2% raise, 2% raise, 2% raise. 20 years later, they're making $7.50 an hour, and they're wondering, why can't I afford anything? Well, you had a shit job, in 1989, you got a shit job. Now you're making $2 more, right? Not good. But just play with divorcing things that don't need to be together, and watch what happens. It's called freedom. It's called discovering you really can have the time of your life. You can have a lot of time. Things will stop. So go play. And just realize it's possible. We've talked before about the Hardy Boys. And when I go to karate tournaments, and they would literally hover in the air, right? They'd jump up and kick the basketball thing and just sort of hang for a while. And you can notice that. Like, there are some people that play basketball, for example. You can watch them hover. Right? They really fucking do. And it's like, they suspend gravity. Right? I just want you to suspend disbelief and belief in things like time being an absolute and gravity as well. So, that was fun.
Cool.
I'm done with that one.
Oh,
I put enough time into it.
okay.
All right.
Excellent. So that was number 4 from Alexandra. Thank you
Boom.
for your question.
All right. Remember, you're voting. Your vote counts.
I know. That's why I'm trying to keep tab.
Sydney says, love catching y'all live.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, yes,
Jake
Sydney.
says, suspend. That's right.
Suspend.
Yeah, I used to have a set of spunders.
You did.
I do.
Oh, you do.
I do. I did. Spunders.
Yes. Cool. So question number 5 comes from Sizzling Scott
Yo, sizzle.
in Dream Driven Day. Stuck being broke. Sizzler asks, when I first started my current business, I killed my desires so many times. I didn't know I was. I was afraid to do things such as cold prospect.
I love the whole thought of cold prospecting. Oh
Do
my
you?
God. Yep. God, I once dated a girl who had a friend whose boyfriend was into...
Hot prospect.
No, his whole thing was the girlfriend had to lay in a tub full of ice cold water for 25 minutes before they had sex.
What?
And she had to lay there absolutely still. Seriously, true story. right?
Wow.
So when I think of cold prospecting, that's pretty much where I go. It's like, God damn it. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
Cold prospecting.
I love the financial business I'm in and I want to do it. Yet I can't seem to move out of broke ass. Is it?
Broke ass.
Broke ass.
Ooh-ha, broke
Unsuccessful, scared, financial business owner. Will you help me move with a different look so I can be the loving financial business owner I am?
All right, cool. I'd fall in love with... I made a lot of money in the credit card processing business. And I made this shift from cold prospecting to just becoming infinitely curious about who I get to meet next. And so I had a little line. The little line was something like this. Say, Victoria, look, I'm going to ask for 60 seconds of your time. This is what I do. If you don't want to talk to me at the end of 60 seconds, tell me and I'll leave. Is that all right? And I can't tell you how many people said sure. And I talked to them for about 60 seconds. I didn't talk to them about what most people talk to them about. And at the end of 60 seconds, they were usually like pulling a chair out. Right? Let's have a talk. Right? So, like with everything, I'd change how you imagine this whole idea of cold prospecting. Because, I mean, for me, the idea of telling Victoria to go sit in a bathtub of cold water for 20 minutes and lay still.
Sorry, I wouldn't be doing that.
That just freaks me the fuck out.
Yes.
Same thing with quote-unquote cold prospecting. It's like, I'd rather explore, like, how can you connect with people? And just giving them that little tiny 60-second... I mean, I find... Yeah, I'm going to go business for a second here. Y'all know how my business is built, right? Our business is built, right? Yeah, the structure that I put behind it at the beginning for us was, here's a bunch of free shit, right? I'd like to send you something every day. Here's a gift, right? So we go from free shit, visit any time, to I want a little tiny commitment of your time. When you give me a little tiny commitment of your time, the next thing I say is, hey, how about a little tiny commitment of money? I wrote some ebooks. They're $7, right? Each. Not a big deal. Right? And once you buy one of those and you see I horribly over deliver, then you buy something else. And then you go, oh, this guy's pretty cool. I wonder if we like to do manifestingmasterycourse.com or dreamdrivenday.com where they get more interaction, that kind of thing. And it keeps growing like that. And I think the whole thing of actually just asking for that little tiny commitment of time. Yeah. Can I talk? By the way, you guys in Triple D, sometimes I'll give you a call up. And I often say, hey, Sarah, you got 2 minutes?
Yeah.
And if you write back, yeah, boom, right? If you say no, fuck you, I'll never call again, right? Just kidding, love ya. Right? but versus the whole thing of like, hey, I'm totally bored to tears. I know you're busy, but I'm going to try to keep you on the phone for an hour, which is what most sales guys do, right? Or they walk into the business and they just try to pin you down versus like, hey, this is what I do. I'm going to ask for 60 seconds. If at the end of 60 seconds you don't like me, just tell me. I'll hit the door, right? No hard feelings. This will be fun, right?
Another thing with your credit card thing was also how you honestly always wanted to be able to help them and save them money with your
Sure.
credit card processing. And you always said at the end, if I can't help you, if I can't save you money, I'll leave.
Yeah, I don't want you.
Because for you, it's always been client recommendation, like
Totally.
to have those customers rave about you and
Yep.
bring their friends to you.
Yep.
And you being such a people person, that's just perfect for
See,
you.
people
Now,
sorter.
so Scott, definitely Scott's a people sorter.
Totally.
And so something like that, I reckon. Would,
So the activity of cold prospecting.
yeah,
Right?
I
You get it?
guess to you that's a turn off. But
Right.
the friends you can make or the people you can help that say later, like, man, Scott, that was fantastic. How you
Yeah,
helped
my name's
me.
Sizzle. I'd like to introduce
Yeah.
myself to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you for 60 seconds.
Yep.
Right? Boom. All right. All right. That's where I'm going to begin with you.
Okay.
Begin with you. All right.
All right. So that was question number 5 from Sizzling Scott.
Yo, Sizzle.
Thanks for your question, Scott.
Boom.
The next question is from Dream Driven Day Bruce. What exactly to feel when you ... And it's question number 6.
I saw purple
Bruce.
people sorter. I got to tell you, I can't see who said that, but given my whole thing, I'm always talking about wild.
I think
When
it
I had
was
one
Jack.
horde, it was great. Purple
Bruce
people
asks,
sorter.
can you be more specific about what you feel when you go to bed feeling the wish fulfilled? I would always feel happy, which you said is not what I should feel.
Cool. Happy's cool, but we want to make sure that we're not just having emotions, we're having emotions and experiences.
Yeah, like yesterday's show was brilliant for that.
Yes.
About experiences, but yes.
See, now I could be, if I just wake up and I'm happy. I'm happy. Right?
What's the experience?
Yeah. So, but
Yes.
so what? So okay, come on, right? So I love her yum, right? But a little tiny chunk down gets to have that little bit of like, ooh. You know what it is today? So I got 1 box of Chings instead of 2. And since I only got 1 box of Chings because we only had that much room in the freezer,
We might still be a little bit hungry.
still might be a little bit hungry. So I
Yes.
made a suggestion, right?
Yes.
And I imagined her yum, and guess what?
Didn't it escalate? No, I'm going, oh, we could add this, or we could add the prawns. Oh, it's suddenly like, oh no, hang on a minute.
Yeah, we actually had to scale back a little
Yeah.
bit. But that whole experience of I'm happy, her yum, the meal, yet the tones of reality start to ooze through there. So it's the whole thing of like before I get out of bed every morning, I do my little Joseph Goddard. Everybody type down Joseph Goddard, right? Specific events of my day, I already imagine having gone my way. So I don't just imagine. And again, I love this one, right? I can tell when people are totally fucking clueless whenever I go to a Neville Goddard group and they go, I'm just imagining happy. Happy. I'm always happy. Happy. Now, you know what I'm imagining? I'm imagining I'm happy with my podcast. I'm imagining I'm happy with our show. I'm imagining, right, her happy in the garden. So I'm just not imagining her happy.
Yeah.
Happy, right? I'm imagining her happy doing what she loves. You get it? So bring that experience in there, and then things get really, really cool. Look at that. Everyone's talking about Joseph Goddard.
Yeah.
Hoo-ha. Oh, Triple D, Chris Nelson.
Hello.
Hoo-ha. Boom. All right, those of you who are in Triple D who got the new jumping mouse, give Chris a shout here.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
thanks
really,
to
if you
Chris.
haven't seen it or if you missed it, let me know. I'll get it to you. But Chris really cleaned up jumping mouse in a really, I mean, it's just, boom. It's nice, right? So, thanks, buddy.
Cool.
All right. Happy.
Excellent.
Happy.
Okay, Bruce.
Just bring that imaginal activity in there. By the way, Catalina came back to the group. She's there, but she doesn't post much. And she posts some of her wins. And I said, I just want to make sure you're noticing that you had an imaginal experience that led to the physical experience. And she wrote back something like, yes, right?
Yeah.
Now that's important, right? Because if it's just, a stray thought or a happy feeling, no, what really works is whenever you have this imaginal experience that, of course, probably contains emotions, thoughts, perceptions. Got it? So there's that oof right there. And that's what I want you to feel, Frolicking in the fucking meadow. Man, I tell you what, you guys should have seen me yesterday, but that's another story. TT in the meadow. Boom.
You did frolic in the meadow.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Excellent. So thank you, Bruce.
Triple D, Bruce.
Was it number 6, was he?
Oh, yeah, Bruce number 6.
I think he was number 6.
Yep.
For our little question at the
All
end. Right. The next question,
Click.
number 7,
Fuck, it's outside.
is from Sonia on Facebook. Revision clutter. Revision and state akin to sleep. I like to revisit my whole day and add a few wins using revision. However, sometimes it feels too cluttered and maybe I miss the whole point of doing revision. How can I add certain wins while on state akin to sleep and also in the morning when already living from that perfect day?
Cool. Right. If you're already living from that perfect, that gets a little confusing. Anyway, so I'll just dive in and talk about what I do. At the end of the day, I imagine specific events, even more having gone my way, right? If lunch was yum, I make it a super yum. Yesterday's lunch was super yum. A little hot for her, but it was super yum. She made this yummy lamb backstrap kind of thing with 2 curry sauces mixed together, Shaz's chutney on the side with some dipping sauce. I mean, it was gorgeous. Purple taters, like all sorts of stuff in there. And so we go to bed at night, and it was good, right? It was really fucking good. A little too hot for her. So I tune it down a little bit by tuning it up. So I go, all right. So I imagine just like it was yum, yum, super yum, and we're fighting over the last fucking tater, because like she got too heated up, right? And then frolic in the meadow, all that good stuff. But she got too heated up with the curry. So I'm in bed, so I'll just adjust the level of the hotness a tiny bit, right? Just for fun. Does it really matter? Yeah. By the way, have our lunches gone through the roof since the loogie?
Yeah.
We've always eaten well. That's a
Can't you tell?
right? It's true, right? But like since the loogie, my God, and it just a little extra like imagining.
Yeah, it is, and like seasonings and maybe lime juice or all sorts of
for a good lime. Absolutely, and join us for
really
lunch.
Good. Yeah.
All right.
One thing I'm wondering is for Sonia to say that it's feeling too cluttered. Are you trying to revise every single thing then, or something like? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
For it to be cluttered.
I get in the hot tub 4 times a day. Sometimes it's not as hot as I want. I pretty much never bother revising that.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes I take off the filters. One's dirtier than the other. I really don't revise that. I just hose the fuckers off and be done. Right? So just notice that too. Notice if revision's becoming a war. Because sometimes that happens. For me, it's an artistic palette. Is that what they call it? The thing with the paint on it? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. See? Discover that as we go along. Right. So what I'll do is I'll revise the show that I had twice as many brilliant remarks like that. Boom.
Cool.
All right.
That's nice. Okay. So that was
7.
Question number 7 from Sonia.
7, Sonia.
Thank you for your question.
Right.
Yes, we're right. The next question, question number 8, is from Armando in Manifesting Mastery.
Armando.
Learning lessons and revision. Armando asks, do I have to do revision for bad outcomes that I had in the past? To be honest, I'm not bothered about bad things that happen in me because there were lessons for me to learn and lead me to a better place in my life. I just assume the feeling of being in an okay mood so those memories don't hurt me at all.
All right. So, in Dream Driven Day, you guys that have done that, been there, are there, what do we talk about? We talk about, instead of better, best.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, different is better than better.
Yeah.
Different is better than best. We just did that one in the new Triple D just recently, yesterday, maybe day before. Something like that. Right? I get so confusing, right? So here's what I notice. I wouldn't make life about learning lessons. Right? I mean, I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning things. I learned how to fix the exhaust filter.
He did.
In the whippersnipper. Right? I didn't even know it had an exhaust filter. I mean, imagine my surprise when there's something that I don't know even exists is what fucking with everything. Sounds like most people's imaginations, right? Where they try to blame the subconscious, which doesn't exist, and instead of just going, right, yeah, I'm imagining shit that's hurting me, and manifesting mastery week 1, right? Meanwhile. Different is better than better. So I would imagine up that, you know what, I would drop the whole philosophy drives technology of, yep, bad shit happens, I learn lessons. Right? I mean, I'm into doubling my income and working half the time. And if I have to double my income and work half the time, do I need a bad thing to happen to double my income? And do I need a bad thing to happen to work half the time?
Yeah.
Right? So then, like, how many bad things do I need to get one benefit?
Yeah.
Right? Is it 2 wishes, 2 bad things? It just like fuck it. Like at the end of the day, it's sort of like my ex-associate that would get a bonus and then spend it on something that blew up, and get another bonus and spend it on something that blew up, right? And we get to go, right, why don't we just clean that up? You know, why don't you get a bonus and buy some golf clubs, and get a bonus and buy more golf clubs, and get a bonus and go, I can't fit any more in the fucking trunk of my car.
Golf clubs.
Right?
Yes.
So that's where I'd play. Because it just getting away from anything that has to do with makeup, sex, lessons in life, get a bonus, pay So that's what I'd do. So change the philosophy that drives the technology. The whole thing of a bad thing made me better. It sounds very Nietzsche-ish or Germanic to me, like I'm German in heritage.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
just not like, yeah.
Cool. Excellent.
All right.
Okay.
How's that for a sideways but good answer?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, different is better than better.
Thank you. So that was question number 8 from Armando. Thank you for your question.
Armando. By the way, great success stories, buddy. K-fucking-boom.
Sweet.
Yep.
Good one.
That's right. If you want to find out more, go to our Facebook group and look. It's the best one out there.
Okay.
It's actually, see, our Facebook group is different, right? You want to see how real this is to me? Say, I will not say our Facebook group is the best. I'll say ours is different because we stick with Neville. And when I say stick with Neville, what I mean is we sticking with what reveals the truth about you that sets you free. In other words, we don't buy into secondary cause. We don't say everything's the same. Our Facebook group is different because we tell you to scan for different and to notice what's different and to play in a way that's different than everyone else. Because when you go, all right, feel it real isn't working for me, so I'm going to add in affirmation 666, purple underwear. It's just like...
Right.
I don't add in purple undies.
No.
No. Right.
We've both got purple on today.
Yeah, we do.
On our tops.
See, actually, our undies are our outies.
Yeah.
So,
Our outerwear.
yeah, you figure out what that means. All right.
Cool.
So,
Excellent. Thank you, Armando.
see, how's that for a different answer?
The next question, number 9, is from Tommy in Dream Driven Day. How to manifest now. What to imagine when you need something to manifest now?
Don't imagine it'll be later. We'll begin there. Good.
I know to always imagine what implies, but when unexpected events show up and what I need to show up is now a huge turn of events.
Right. So you're imagining
massive.
That kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? So, I love how Neville talks about the whole thing of revise the conversation as you hear it. Right? I got the fucking electric bill.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God. It's a lot of bottles of scotch, right? Right. It's only 14 manifesting masteries, right? That's what we figured out. It's 14manifestingmasterycourses.com. And so it's like, right. But here's the cool thing, because whenever you start like being willing to travel let's say, chunks sideways, up and down in different ways, you get to not get stuck because it's like, fuck, shit hit the fan. For the shit to hit the fan, something else has to happen over a period of time. Something happened now, over time is what will fix it. In time, it'll go away. Yeah, I'm just so over time.
Yeah, he's bringing that back in.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Or, you can just go, right, this is what I'm not settling for. Right? Feel free to revise. Feel free to imagine something lovely. Feel to notice if you got stuck on the dot to just put... Yeah, it's like the podcast I put out today about special people. Special people. And the whole thing of like, right, imagine up a life that's so fucking rich. And imagine that you're a loving husband, for example, that you got something to share. Versus the whole thing of like, I'm trying to include her in every part of my life. I'm imagining her with me all day long. Even when I take a shit, time to go pee, there she is. Nah. So,
Yeah.
and the answer for that, of course, is imagine being married. It's like, hey, cool. Like, I'm going to go out in the man shed, the she shed, the whatever. Right? Get your own damn things going on. So, how's that for a sideways answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think so.
Yep.
Right.
Excellent.
Biggest thing right in the beginning, don't imagine that the solution's going to take time.
Yeah.
That's right in your question right there. So, something different now, something different now.
And I also I get that that's the most, but that it's so a huge
And notice how she just huge.
like how small are you making you because it's got such a huge thing.
Yep.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Tommy.
There's this guy that almost hits Emmett a couple weeks ago with his bicycle, right? And Emmett's not moving. He's not moving. He's moving at like 8 times the speed which me and Cube can move. He's pedaling on his bike really fast. So I step in front of him. He stops his bike. He turns and looks. And the look in my eyes let him know that he's looking at the wrath of fucking God. And the reason I say that is, so there's the time in life when somebody puts a gun on you, me personally, and I look down the fucking barrel, and I let them know, I'm walking away from this. Okay, you get to discover how big you are, right? 12-gauge shotgun, that makes a big fucking mess, right? I don't have to settle for that. There's the attitude, that attitude of Abdullah, right? The guy that almost hits my dog. I mean, I could, a lot of ways that could have gone down. But he stops and he turns. And it's like, what he sees in my eyes is, bring it, motherfucker. Right? I imagine lovingly, but the whole thing of when you've got a showdown on you, which is what it really comes down to. It's not a showdown on him, or it's not a showdown against a shotgun. It's a showdown on you. Right? You got something in your life. Let's say it's this crisis. You get to resolve it now. You get to discover you're imagining you small now, and you can experience you way bigger. Boom. Tommy writes, how I really am. Boom, boom, boom. That's right. That's it. Right? Anything that's this seemingly thing, I'll run with the it's all you pushed out. Yeah. And in this way of exploring, I find that useful. But the whole thing of like, well, the angry bicyclist, and me pushed out, and the dog, and the slow, and the fast, and the bills, and that just gets fucking head gamey. Versus just reeling, right, what am I imagining? Am I imagining I can take care of this? Am I imagining that I've taken care of this? Am I imagining that I am beyond all this? You got it? K-boom. Ha! In the room. Victoria.
Cool.
And for some reason, the bicyclist doesn't go through that area anymore because he wasn't allowed to go there anyway. But he did go there because I'm a bicyclist and I can ride even where I'm not supposed to, even though it jeopardizes the health of other people. For some reason, he's not riding there anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Get it? Did me throwing down on that? Again, the physical always follows the imaginal. I'm imagining people feeling safe walking in this one area of the bike trail. You got it? He's riding his bicycle through there because I pay rates and I can. I am entitled to. I'll disobey the law. You got it? Oh my God. The different ways that things happen. So, boom. So, Victoria.
Right.
Right.
So, question number 10 is from Nihal. I want to manifest a certain type of guy, ...
Boom.
Is it wanting a certain type of guy? Is wanting a certain type of guy still considered taboo, like a special person subject?
Great question. I'm not a fan of lists. So if we go through, let's going to make this whole "it's all you pushed out" thing very functional. Happy, loving husband. I don't have to have a list about her. And I don't have to see what boxes she ticks, doesn't ticks, so on and so forth. All I know is happy, loving husband. I'm happy. I'm loving. I'm loved. Damn. Right? I don't have to go, right. Does she have the right boob size? Right? You know, or her kneecaps in the right place. Right? Right?
On the fronts rather than the back.
Exactly. I mean, like, that makes things really interesting. So I would never make it a list about them. It's sort of like the whole thing of like, well, I'm working on what kind of business I want to have, so I'm going to make a list of the qualities of my business. So my business has to include people that don't have cold prospecting. I like hot prospecting, right? Yeah, see, I'm the sizzle, man. So I'm the sizzle that does the, what do we call it, the money thing? So you just go out and deal with strippers.
Financial advisor.
Yeah, financial advisor for strippers. Right? Imagine the cold calling, right? It ain't cold, right? So, but if you try to figure out the thing by the list, it's like that one thing. But if you go, right, you know what? Yeah, if you imagine a you that has a work day you enjoy because you go out and you talk to people, right, and you discover a little strategy to do that with, that's fun. So if you make it all about you, the whole thing of like happy, loved wife, happy, loving wife, that kind of thing, you won't want to make a list about them. You get to discover who they are and what their qualities are. Man, I discover shit about her every day. If the only things that were real about her were my... See, here's the other thing, ready? I'm imagining my soulmate. My soulmate's not real because I'm the only one that's real in my reality, because everyone else is me pushed out, and because none of them have free will, they all do my bidding because they're puppets, right? So that's like 10 posts all in one right there. Therefore, Victoria ticks all the boxes on my list. So now, since she has no soul, but she is my mate, she is my special person, but she doesn't have her own fucking mind, and there's nothing I can discover about her, I'm bored. Right? Because if the only thing about her is the list that I've made up, bored. What can I do now?
Yeah.
Right? I'll find my new soulmate. Oh! I'm going to make a new fucking list. And so on. So, but let it all be about you.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
boom.
Sweet.
That was good, I think.
Yeah, that was great. Okay. So that was question number 10 from Nihal. Thank you.
Boom. Oh,
Okay.
funky cold Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica.
Triple D Jamaica.
And the last question today is question number 11 from Shay on Facebook. Hope you've been keeping tabs of what's your favourite so far. Loogie madness.
Loogie madness.
So Shay says, in this current time, numerous people in the USA yelling no to vax, praying for a rapture to take them out. Some people waiting for aliens and such to make it all go away. You're in Oz, where some bad crap is going down. Remind us all again how to stay in a state.
Wow. I find it all fascinating because this whole thing of what the news says, what the governments are doing, so on and so forth. Fuck, man. You don't got to stay in a state. You just have to pick a state. Right? I keep telling Cube, like the whole thing of, you know, I was reading here, like, we have very creative accounting in Victoria, Australia. Long story short, they've been talking about how many deaths we're having, and it's this massive fucking thing. And when it comes down to it, it's like 5 to 10% of the deaths that they're saying that have been caused by the loogie. The loogie's a secondary or tertiary involvement, right? So the rest of Australia is using one accounting system, where we're at is using another accounting system. And it's like, right, so your 10 equals our 1, or our 1 equals your 10, and it just gets all goofed up.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's madness, right? It's absolute fucking madness. And the way you answer madness, of course, is with more madness. So, like, we've got the loogie, then this whole vaccination thing. So they're spending $25 billion for 25 million doses of the loogie vaccine. So if you do some math, how many millions are in a billion? So it's like $1,000 per person or something like that, right? It's fucking crazy.
I wasn't really listening.
Yeah. But it's all this crazy fucking weird-ass insanity. And then you got people, like, when I grew up, like, there was this whole thing about the rapture. It was coming in 1980, 1984, all this stuff. And, of course, the big thing back then was whether you're pro-abortion or pro-choice. And now it's like, are you an anti-masker, anti-vaxxer? Or, yeah. Me, I'm pro-choice. Right? I choose the states I give life to. Right? I imagine being old, healthy, high energy. For some reason, I take the nutritional supplements I do and the whiskey. Right? Just to be clear about all that. And it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, I've had a good day. I notice most people never choose to live. I remember when my grandpa died. He retired from the steel mill. So, and he did two things after that. That's not good. So he did two things once in a while. One, he read all of his Zane Grey novels. Two, he organized the garage. And then he died. Because I remember I went to see him one day and his glow was gone. I says, Grandpa, what's up? He goes, yep, I finished my last Zane Grey novel. Look at the garage. 6 months later, he was dead. Right? Mm-hmm. He stopped having anything to live for. He stopped imagining having a purpose, a pleasure in his life. Right? And what do we got now? We've got this whole loogie thing where people are going, right, they're not giving life to their dreams. They're looking at all these dreads. And they're looking for distractions. Yeah, Jesus is going to come, and they're going to be rivers of blood just so you don't have to get the goddamn shot. Right? That's insanity. Right? So is, like I said, I believe I saw our government is spending $25 billion for 25 million doses of the loogie thing. And I could be wrong on this, and because it was in the news. But it's $1,000 per shot. I'll refuse mine. I want the money. Right? $1,000 worth of loogie shot. If I refuse that, that's 2/3 of an electric bill.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do I stay in the state of quote unquote my wishes fulfilled? I just look at all the fucking lunacy for what it is. Yeah. How do I imagine getting a 2% pay raise? Fuck, double your income and work half the time. Give life to something you'd enjoy. There's the whole thing. So. This is where that quote-unquote mental diet thing may come in handy. If all the weird shit disturbs you, stop fucking looking at it. But also realize don't hide from the news. Mm-hmm. I read the news more now since the loogie than I ever have.
And me, actually.
Okay, yeah, but it doesn't take away from me at all. Because I'm bigger than it, and I am utterly fascinated by it. Because right now, so here's what they're telling you guys in the U.S. Because they told us 6 months ago, they said, winter's coming. You're fucked. Here's why. Winter's coming. Loogie plus cold plus flu means a lot of people are going to fucking die. We're fucked. Right? That was the news here 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Apple News, coming from the US of A, says, guess what? Winter's coming. Cold and flu season. You guys are fucked. Right? They're just playing for you guys the same news we had 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Right? Why buy it? So, there was something about sharks and cows. I guess a boat capsized over. It's big in the news because a bunch of cows became shark food. And it's like, yeah.
6,000 cows.
Yeah, as long as there have been boats on the sea, they've fallen over. They've sunk. Right? Why make big news about it? Why get all worked up about it? Right? Yeah, put some food on your table. So, yep. Imagine the price of Ching's is going to go up with all that. We don't eat the beef Ching's.
We don't know. They don't come from China.
Ching's don't come from China.
We make them here,
all right.
I think.
If you don't know what Ching's are, tune in for the lunch episode. Meanwhile,
Dumplings.
Victoria,
so that was question number 11 from Shay.
That's right.
Thank you very much for your question.
Shay, I hope that gave to you.
Oh, shut the heavy lid.
I know it gave to me, and since you and me pushed out and you really don't exist, and nobody has a soul but me, I'm going to make a list about my special person. Oh. And we're going to do some cold prospecting. Me and Sizzle.
Cool.
So imagine this. Hi, my name's Sizzle. Would you like to be my friends with benefits? Climb in the tub. It's 60 seconds.
I thought you said 25 minutes. In the cold tub.
No, I'm just combining all sorts of
all right, okay.
miscellaneous commentary.
Cool.
Meanwhile, Victoria wants to know.
Well, what I'd like to know...
Yeah,
we just had 11 questions, and I gave the number for each question.
Yep, vote.
So we want your vote. Which question was best? And we also want...
I want to know which question was different.
Okay. Yeah. Which question was different? That's what we want to know. What do you vote for out of the 1 to 11? And also, what was your strawberry bit?
Get back here!
I think I can still see it.
So, oh, look, 11 Rose says, all right, so Victoria.
Sweets.
Ah, man,
11 was most
Ouch.
different.
I think the longer we sit here, the shorter we get.
Yes. Okay. I know. We start. It's
right.
like couch gobbles us up.
That's true.
While you type all that, someone says, "All right." So Jessie says number 12. There was no 12.
That's right.
Anyway, meanwhile, go to. Oh, sorry. What was your strawberry bit?
My strawberry bit. Oh, I don't know what my strawberry bit was. I like how they all work together with the whole thing of attitude and size
you
and so on and
make
so
them
forth.
work together, which
Yeah.
is my strawberry bit. Like with time, you kept bringing that in then and all sorts of stuff.
This is probably like I love every show we do, and I
Yeah.
love she puts a lot of work into them.
Yeah.
Everybody say thank you, Victoria.
Oh, that's cool.
She really does.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, she does.
Yes.
Right? It's not struggle work
Sometimes.
though. Right?
Yes.
Sometimes depends how much whinage. Right? Then you can tell.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
So I love how they all work together, and this whole thing of how attitude showed up in today's show. So because you need it. Without it, I mean, it's like boom. Anyway, no, it's actually more like boom. But yeah, boom. Next week we got a special guest on the show.
So Tony told me this morning, just really, really briefly, that he's moved from kaboom
Yeah, K-Boom.
King Boom.
Yeah, this morning I was K-Boom for a while. Right, that was my new attitude. I was exploring. Then it was like, oh my God, it hit me. I'm not K-Boom anymore. I'm King Boom.
Cool.
So boom.
Okay.
Look at that. We got some thank you Victorias.
Thank you, Jeanette.
All right,
Meanwhile, go to freeneville.com.
that's right. 221 pseudo random.
Join our 221 email list. Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Half the donut, different imaginal experiences, very specifically structured, lots of fun. Yeah. You think of it this way. So this show is about an hour. That's about the time it takes to do 3 Manifesting Mastery course lessons. Right? So for you guys that say, I don't have any time. Well, you just spent an hour with us. Right? You break that over 3 days. Right? That's like 3 Manifesting Mastery course lessons.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Excellent.
Boom.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Feelitrealfun.com.
No clicker today. Yay.
Yeah, no click.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, you wait.
Yeah, I can
so we're going to
imagine.
have Return
All
of the Clicker,
weekend, you'll do
Revenge
it.
of the Clicker.
I can imagine
Son of
5 in
Clicker.
the morning, because we wake up at 5 in the morning.
Oh,
He'll
dear
probably
God.
start going click, click, click in my face or something.
I'll never do that.
No. Oh, thank you,
They
babe.
disturb the dogs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Have
All
a
right.
great day, night, weekend. We might catch you at the watch party.
Yeah, watch party tonight, guys.
Yep.
Or whenever.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
oh yes, there's one more lottery surprise.
Oh, yes.
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 Otherwise, we'll see you next week.
All right. Love you guys.
See yous.
Bye.